overall impressions of what you saw from this?
Well, defensively, I thought we were awfully good overall. You know, if we're going to play games this year where our opponent, they're going to shoot 40% from the field, score 92 points or less, you know, we win the rebound game, which says a lot about the personality of your team. We're going to have a chance to be really good. I don't think there are going to be many games this year where we're going to have 25 turnovers. That's going to lead to 26 points. You know, 25 turnovers, even if it was 12 or 14 turnovers, then we probably score, you know, somewhere close to 100 points. You know, you can't shoot threes, you can't get offensive rebounds when you turn the ball over, you can't get to the free throw line. So again, a lot of positives defensively, take better care of the ball offensively. And we shoot 47% from the field with 25 turnovers. We're a better three-point shooting team than we showed tonight. But you know, you look at what Brook did for us defensively. You look at how, you know, a big point of emphasis for him was to get 10 or more rebounds this year, 3 offensive rebounds. He blocked 5 shots. So, you know, I really see a lot of positives.
The rebounding was something that plagued him all year last year. What do you think has been different? What's allowed him to?
Rebound attempts. You know, he's getting more of a nose to rebound. Even he probably went after 10 more rebounds than he didn't get. So a lot of ball watching last year when he was in those situations, but we're really holding him accountable more in that situation. So you know, he'll get more rebounds. And again, for us, you know, we're a better free throw shooting team than 60%. So you know, I think once we get some better game legs, we'll be better offensively, and hopefully we can keep the defense where it is now and continue to get better, take care of the ball, we'll be in good shape.
What do you see from MarShon?
Just what we want, you know, being able to make plays off the dribble. When we get stuck, we didn't have that last year, you know, and it's exactly what we want. We want him to be able to make plays off the dribble. I don't even mind if he take a bad shot. I want him to be aggressive. So offensively, I thought he did exactly what we needed him to do, just take better care of the ball. But I like his aggressiveness offensively.
The turnovers, what do you see that as a product of? Is it rust?
Necessarily rust, bad spacing. Guys, sometimes I saw maybe 4, 5, 6 times where we didn't know to play, and the guy was throwing the ball to a spot. You know, quarterback can throw the ball to a spot, but if the wide receiver's running a different route, it's either going to be an interception or an incomplete pass. So we had a little bit of both tonight.
What did you think of Deron?
Oh, Deron's solid. You know, a couple of shots didn't go. Like I said, a couple of miscommunication situations. But he just getting the grip on things, and he was terrific defensively.
What did you think of Dennis Warner?
Dennis was good. Yeah, Dennis was good. He was good. And, you know, we had severe foul trouble in the first half, you know, with Sheldon and Petro. So Dennis came in and gave us a nice little boost and helped us hold our ground there for a minute. Damian James was all over the place. So again, you know, we got a couple of things to work on. We don't have half the season to figure out a rotation, so that's on me. I'm going to have to figure out a rotation early in the season and get it right early in the season, and that'll give us a better chance. We don't have a chance. We don't have 35 games or 33 games to figure out a rotation. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It was good to get out there and just play, you know. You obviously have everyone's energy, you know, and for being together for about a week, you know, playing, going over our principles and then getting out there. I thought we did a pretty good job defensively. You know, we'll get our offense offensive eventually, but the first 2 days in training camp were predominantly defense anyway. You know, so I think we did really well on those principles.
You personally, double, so we can't come in here and say, Brook, how can you get a rebound?
I got it, right? Yeah. Started off right. No, I was frustrated with my free throw shooting. They're all short. I just kept trying to get long, but you know, I know. I'm going to tell you right now, like I always said, it's nothing you're going to have to worry about.
No, what about your rebound? You know, was that really a conscious effort?
Oh, it was definitely a conscious effort. Yeah. we've the coaches are keeping track of not just rebounds but attempted rebounds. You know, going to the glass instead of just sitting there watching it go off. And, you know, I think that helps a lot.
What do you think of their front line?
Obviously, you know, Amari's Amari, but you know, with the addition of Tyson, it definitely makes it tough. He's obviously a big body, very talented defender. You know, and it was tough being the first game back of this lockout compressed season. You know, it's a tough matchup to go against him. You know, it was definitely good for me.
What did you see from Dennis playing in the minutes he did today?
He was fantastic. You know, he was everywhere. Obviously, you know, defensively he had my back, picked up that one fantastic block, you know, and when I missed him he cut on that 50 cut when I was in the post, you know, I missed him, he told me to throw that up, you know, so I got to remember that, I got to put that for a while, you know, so it's really exciting playing with him.
Thank you. Brook, Coach had said that he wanted to play the starters about 24 minutes. Obviously, he played a lot more than that. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel fine. Yeah, I think we've done a good job of preparing, you know, and our last word is conditioning, I think.
Play basketball? Dribble? Nah, but it was a great experience. Thank God for preseason. I was a little nervous when I first got as I got up and down a couple of times. Started breathing easy, dribbling a little bit easier. At the beginning, I just felt like I was too erratic, just trying to make something happen.
I was noticing that when you were dribbling down court and all of a sudden the ball was just behind you and baby.
I tried to change hands and but you know that's what preseason is for.
How did that fadeaway feel? The first one from the top of the key. Little crossover.
That's my shot.
That's right. That must have felt pretty good, right? See that go through?
Yeah, definitely. When that's the first shot with me, that's when I came through. So I could do it a little bit. That helped a lot too. When you make your first shot, that obviously helps with your confidence.
These guys struggled last year scoring. Obviously, you can score. Do you think that maybe as a guy coming off the bench is maybe a go-to guy in that second unit is something you can step in and do?
Yeah, definitely. That's why they picked me. So, like I said, I'm just gonna try to provide energy on the defensive end and just do what I do. Just go out there and try to score the ball at a high rate. So, and just try to be efficient as well. So,
did anything surprise you?
That's kind of what I expected.
Yeah.
Definitely what I expected. Like I said before, if I could just calm down a little bit and because that's one of my strengths, me playing at my own pace. And you know, I was a little too fast at times, but towards the end of the game, I started getting more comfortable.
Coach says that he's comfortable with you trying to create so much that he wants you to take bad shots. Does that boost your confidence as a first-year guy?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Coach always, you know, after practice, you know, we sit down and we watch my missed shots. You know, he tells me what's good and what's bad. He's like, okay, you missed this shot, but we don't mind that at all. So, yeah, definitely. Coach has been very helpful with me, you know, keeping me above water with my confidence. I missed a few shots in practice. He's telling me, go shoot it again, go shoot it again. So that's a great feeling, obviously.
He said that, we asked him, what do you think? He said he did what we asked him to do. If you had to tell us, what does he ask you to do?
Just provide energy. Provide energy, get a couple deflections, and go out there and score the ball. That's my job. So that's what he told me to do. So what I do is just try to provide that spark out the bench.
Sounds like a great job description.
He didn't ask you to play defense?
Huh?
He just wants you to score?
No, energy
great.
on defensive end. You know, Avery don't play that. So, yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
What do you think of this is the first game? It's late. What's your thoughts about it?
A little sloppy basketball, you know. We expected that. We only had 2 scrimmages, you know, in training camp, so things are going to be rusty. You know, we're not going to be in the right spots at times. We're going to make mistakes. You know, it's just part of learning and part of being a new team.
How do you think you played, Deron?
Not pretty bad. I didn't shoot well. Had 6 turnovers. So. It was preseason though, man. Yeah. So it didn't really bother me. Like I said, just trying to run offense, try to, you know, get some consistency out there. Wasn't really aggressive at all. So that's about it.
Deron, did you see things that you did like though that were encouraging?
Yeah, I thought we played, you know, pretty well defensively. You know, for the most part. We made like I said, we made a couple mistakes, but we stuck with our principles. You know, we only allowed 91 points, so you know, anytime you can do that against a team that scores as well as they do, that's a positive.
What do you see out of MarShon?
How do you think he looked?
He looked good today. He looked good. You know, he was patient. He was nervous. He told me he was nervous for the game. But, you know, he came out, did a good job. You know, was patient in the offense. Hit some tough shots out there. You know, he looked pretty good. Pretty much every year, I think, you know, in Utah we average like 22, 23 turnovers in preseason. It's just part of it. You know, guys are playing with, you know, guys that never played before. You know, we're putting in a pretty much completely new offense. Turnovers going to happen. People are rusty. So it's going to happen.
Now, with an abbreviated preseason and abbreviated season, what type of pressures do you feel that puts on the team?
I mean, it's the same for everybody. You know, it's a shortened season. Like I said, shortened preseason, so guys are going to have to, you know, lock in a lot faster, come together a lot quicker. So as long as we do that, I think we'll be fine. You know, as far as our team's concerned, we got a long ways to go, I think. You know, coach prepares us well. You know, he does a lot of teaching, so I'm sure, you know, after this game, he'll go back and break down the film and have a lot of things for us to look at and change.
Hey Deron, what do you think of Dennis?
You good back there? You need a stool? You need a ladder? I think I thought Dennis played really well. Played really well, especially defensively. You know, he's been a surprise at camp. You know, because I never heard of him. So he's came in and played really hard, played well for us. He's rebounding well, he's blocking shots. You know, he's one of those energy guys that you need on the team.
How tough do you think it is for those guys to, you know, with limited time and the opportunity coming up to?
It's very tough. You know, it's very tough. You know, to come. You know, the other two. You know, they didn't play. They sat the whole game and got to come in and show what they got in the last 3 minutes of the game. You know, after they're cold. So that's, you know, it's never an easy job for people like that. You know, you feel for them, but that's just kind of the nature of the business. Especially with the, you know, a shorter preseason. You know, because we need to play a little bit more to get ready for the season.
Do you feel like you're better shape than you did school? You see the difference?
Not really.
What do you think of Brook got 11 rebounds?
That's the emphasis for him. I think, you know, everybody's putting on him is to rebound more. And I think he's stepping up to the challenge. You know, it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt that you know, that Hump's not here to steal the ball either.
Anything from the Knicks you saw that either unexpected or pretty much what you thought?
It's a preseason game. There's not much you can take from preseason. I mean, you can take stuff from preseason, but you know, you can't really get caught up in it.
Thanks.
Thank you.